Welcome back, everyone, for another episode of Tuesday's Tips. I'm Jeremy Bailey, your Flying Realtor. Today is week 5 in our 10-week mini-series for the top 10 things you should do when you're either selling a home or buying a home. Let's jump on over to the studio where we have Suzanne Caldera from Guaranteed Rate Mortgage with us. All right, well, thank you again, Suzanne, for coming back. We are on week 5 of the 10-week session of tips for home sellers and home buyers. I'm going to start with the tip for sellers today. And my tip for them is listen to your real estate agent and make the necessary repairs that they tell you to make. For example, if you're walking up to the front of your house and everything looks pretty good, and you look at your front door and you have this broken storm door that you could replace for a few $100, if they tell you to replace it, there's a reason for that. You know, yes, it's a hot market. Yes, your house is going to sell. But first impressions mean everything. You know, if you replace a storm door for $300 and it really brightens up the front of the house and you get $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 more for your house, you know, repairs make sense. Generally we're not going to tell you to make repairs that you're not going to regain, the cost that you have out on them. You have maybe a couple of broken cabinet drawers in your kitchen, and that maybe you need to have someone come in and put new sliders on them and just repair it so that they open and close. There's nothing worse than a kitchen that looks halfway decent, and then you go to open up a drawer and it doesn't open or it falls out on you, and things like that really make potential buyers think that your house wasn't well taken care of, and you're definitely not going to capitalize on the amount of money that you could get for your home. So listen to your real estate agent and make those repairs. Now, for the buyer side, I'm going to toss it over to Suzanne, and I wish we did this towards Christmas, given the topic we're going to do. But, go ahead, Suzanne. Let us know what you have, and let us know what we can do to mitigate issues with getting a mortgage for buyers.
Thanks, Jeremy. Recent issue that we had on an FHA buyer was undocumented cash. It was done innocently. Buyer's mom wanted to help him and his partner out and gave $5,000. When we asked where the $5,000 came from, it literally legit came from a safe. The moms had it in a safe. Mm-hmm. There was no way that it could be documented. It created a lot of heartache and a lot of stress because we had to basically unravel that money. It was money that, it was phantom money. It was money that didn't exist. So if you're getting gift funds, make certain that either you're getting a wire or a check from the donor. We're in a very heavily regulated industry. Certain loan products, the scrutiny is up a lot more than some other loan products. But as a rule of thumb, lenders need a paper trail. It just can't be that poof, this money went into your account. So if you're getting gift funds, either a wire or a check from the donor, and know that it's highly likely that the lender is going to ask you, like, hey, let's prove that the donor had it. There's a lot of fraud that happens in banking, and some of it's on the consumer side. I often laugh because I'm like, no one would want to spend all this time with me on a Zoom and have a consult if they were a money launderer. I believe that wholeheartedly, but there is a lot of fraud that still happens in our industry, and undocumented cash is not good.
Yep, absolutely. So in other words, if let's say you have a parent gifting you money, if they had cash, let me just throw this because my thought bubble just popped up. If they had cash, could they put it in their bank account, then write a check as the gift? They don't need to prove where they got the money from, right? It's just the person receiving it needs to show where the money came from. Is that correct?
Yeah, they could know that it depending on the loan product, Jeremy, know that might be asked, like, well, gee, where did that come from? So okay. I would be cautious on that when it comes to cash. Usually someone's got a relative that doesn't just have cash. So sure. Let's say that your mom is an under the radar type person, hates banks, puts everything in her mattress, or buries it in the backyard. Well, maybe you've got a brother, sister, aunt, uncle that's not that type of person, and they can give you the gift. It's a lot easier doing it that way as opposed to poof, they had some phantom money pop into their account as well. But I like your thought bubble.
All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Tuesday's Tips. I'm Jeremy Bailey, your Flying Realtor. Until next time, remember to keep your wings level, and I get a fly.